Hey guys, this is one of my first videos that I'm going to be documenting my journey moving out west. I'm making these videos to potentially impact people who want to do the same thing, or just share my experience so that you can know that whatever you're going through, that you're human and other people go through it too. It's important to me just because I had so much wrapped up in just like my fears and my stories of why I couldn't do certain things. And I've really been starting to overcome them and have tons of freedom and tons of power around my circumstances and what goes on in my life. So I wanted to share something that happened a couple days ago. I was extremely overwhelmed. The past, I guess, week or two, I've been really flowing and everything's just been popping up and everything's been working. And then I guess a couple days ago, things just came crashing down for me. And I felt like this tenseness in my chest, and I'm like, is this what anxiety feels like? Because I don't usually deal with anxiety. But it was overwhelming, and it was suppressing. And I'm like, I can't deal with this. And then when I really started to reach out to people, that's when it started shifting. I noticed that I was withdrawing from a lot of areas in my life. I was withdrawing. One instance was I just straight up didn't go to my seminar. It's called Causing the Miraculous. I can't cause the miraculous if I don't show up, right? So I didn't show up. And I decided to finally just reach out to my best friend, Kelsey, and we sat down and we just talked. She's like, all right, let's see what's going on here. Let's organize your life. Let's just work on it. And she really just sat there and supported me in it and helped me see that paying my $500 chiropractor bill off is not of highest importance. I can easily do that over the phone while I'm in Arizona. So I just had all this false importance that I was labeling things as, and false sense of urgency. And what I really took from that is that people actually do really want to help. So I was sharing with her just some of the financial stuff that I was dealing with. A lot of people think, oh, you're moving across the country, you probably have a great job, and you have a savings account. And I'm like, no, I don't have a job, and I don't have a savings, really. I have a couple $100. And they're like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. But, so that's been stressing me out, and I've been trying to sell my belongings online, and it's just not going so well. So finally I shared all that with her, and she's like, let's do a yard sale. She's like, I'll even bring some of the stuff over that I have, and we'll sell it, and any of the money that I make I'll give to you for your move. And I was just blown away. I was like, people do that for people? I had no idea why someone would do that for me, why she would do that for me. And it just goes to show me that I've really done a great job at pushing people away. I've always been, let me do this myself. I'm on my own. Nobody wants to help me, so I'm not going to ask for help, and I'm also not going to accept it when they offer. I always thought people were offering just to be nice. But I realized that Kelsey is really in it to help me and support me. And I find that fascinating. So the next day I woke up and I just felt so much more aligned, so much more rejuvenated, and not nearly as overwhelmed. And I'm like, you know what? What other teams can I put into place? Who else can I reach out to and share what I'm going through? So I just reached out to my mom. And I was like, hey, Mom, I feel like I have a lot of stuff on my plate. And I was wondering, would you be able to help me with something? And she's like, yeah, sure. What do you want help with? And I'm like, I don't really know. We talked on the phone. She's like, well, what do you need me to help you with? And I'm like, I have no idea. So she offered to get the tags and make the signs and bring over some tables for the yard sale. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize those are things that I had to do for the yard sale. And now I don't even have to worry about them. And I was just shocked how willing people were to help. So now I have that. And then I invited my neighbors to be in the yard sale with me and share the space and so on and so forth. It just continues to unfold. So ever since I do that, I just feel so much better that I don't have to do life on my own. And people want to help me, and all I have to do is freaking open my mouth and share with them what I'm going through. I don't have to keep it all to myself. So that's awesome. That's the first thing. And the second thing is it's really been a little stressful for me in getting everything ready for Arizona as far as transferring my license over. So Pennsylvania has reciprocity with Arizona, but I didn't realize how much was entailed. I had to get my birth certificate and some like up-to-date passport photos done. I had to fill out this application and prove that I'm from this country and pay 2 different fees. I have to study to take this test on April 9th. So I had to send all that away, and I finally got it done. And it's like a huge stress off my shoulders because I'm like, I'm going to get to Arizona. I'm not going to have a license. I'm not going to be able to do hair. And I won't. But that's where my preparation is coming in, like saving money right now, working my butt off, getting there, potentially waitressing for a month or 2 before I like get a real job. And also my boyfriend said he would support me if I need to, which is just incredible. But I don't like to rely on that. And so I have a job interview on Friday, so that's like 5 days away. And that'll be cool because if I get this job, I will not have the worry of when am I going to find a job? How am I going to find a salon that's aligned with what I want? And what I realized was all I have to do is ask. So in my interview, I'm planning on really negotiating with them and sharing with them what is of high importance to me. So I'm going to share with them that I'm building this business to help hairstylists build their businesses quickly. And that's going to require time on my part creating the content and research and really compiling my story to help other people and then coaching people through that. So I'm not going to be able to work a 40-hour work week at the salon and do that simultaneously. I mean, I could, but I'm not willing to. And it's also important to me to fly back to Pennsylvania, ideally every 2 months. That's really what I want. Like maybe 1 week every 2 months. So there's not many places that will let you just vacation for 6 weeks out of the year, but it's something that's important to me, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to do that, whether it's working an additional like 20 hours before I leave, 20 hours after I leave. It doesn't really matter. It's just I want to be able to come back and see my friends and family and come back for important events and stuff. So, negotiating with my employer is going to be important, and it's really going to decide which jobs that I choose and which ones I don't. The last thing I wanted to share was when I met with my friend Megan, who has her corporate refugee business, and she's the one that initially inspired me to take this business that I tried to start 5 years ago with Jim and just take it, revamp it, and run with it on my own. She was sharing a bunch of things with me in our short meeting, and I was just re-recording my notes so that they're not all sloppy and jumbled. And one of the things that stood out to me was she recommended that I record all of my thoughts on my journey west. So I'm going to have a 35-hour drive. She's like, thoughts are just going to be popping into your head left and right. You need to write them down, and you're going to be driving, so just record them. So I found this app, and I just downloaded it, 10 minutes ago. It's called Temi, Temi. I don't know if it works or not, so don't take my word for it, but it's unlimited voice recording, and it also transcribes what you say. I'm sure it's not perfect, but that's going to be really helpful, and you can actually share your voice recordings with whoever you want. So I think it'll be cool because my boyfriend's in spring training and he's really busy, but he really loves to be in the know and what's going on in my life and that I'm safe and happy and all that stuff. So whatever I record, I can easily just send over to him and he can listen to it throughout the day and still work. So that's kind of neat. So there's just so much going on, and I'm not going to take up much more time, but I'm planning on doing these videos more often, as I already said, because there's just so much and it's fun to share it. And hopefully you got something out of it. And if not, thanks for listening anyway. Have a fantastic day, and you'll hear from me soon.